Yo guys, it's been a while. I've been testing like the new stuff, June 24th patch. It's I gotta say Flashbang nerf. It's sad. It's not as bad as I thought, but it's still pretty bad. It does change a few things for the some matchups, like specifically I would say I haven't really been able to test this yet, but specifically for untamed stuff and warrior and all that stuff, and one-shot verts, spear and all that stuff, like getting those blinds was really good. And now that you don't have those blinds anymore, it's gonna be a bit rough, but I guess we'll just have to adapt. It is what it is. Now for builds that I've tried before, for builds that I have tried so far, I've tried a couple. I tried to see how good bomb kit is. Obviously bomb kit is still as bad as it was before. I've tried out flamethrower. Flamethrower is alright. I like flamethrower 5 and 4 and 3. Flamethrower 2 is kind of meh, but unfortunately flamethrower as a whole is just not good enough. But if you take that over like nades just for fun, so be it. But if you want the best of the best, then you're not gonna be taking flamethrower. You're gonna be taking nades instead. But there's 3 changes or 2 that I really like, and that is the new Flashbang. That is now the F skill of utility goggles, which is like a little grenade that you throw, and then it dazes people for almost 2 seconds and reveals them, and it's really good. I don't know, the damage is pretty decent. There's like between 2 to 4k damage as well. I really like it. Then there's Slick Shoes. Slick Shoes with Gadgeteer gives you now a stun break on top of the F skill stun break, right? So you have 2 stun breaks now, and Slick Shoes is also now 5 stab. Really good, actually, really good. So yeah, that extra stun break and plus stab is, that's kind of insane. But for people to be like dumb enough to walk in it, that's not gonna be as prominent. But as you can see, you can kind of just, you're a melee build, you can kind of play close and do circles around your opponent. You can, while you're kiting, you can also drop it, etc. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. And then utility goggles itself is also pretty good. It gives barrier with Gadgeteer while also protection on the base skill, and it's a stun break, and it gives you resistance as it has always done, of course. But I've always liked it, but just not ever really had enough reason to play it. But now with the Flashbang there, I like it. I think I'm gonna implement it in more of my builds. If not utility goggles, I will add more Slick Shoes with Gadgeteer. I just need to find a good build still that implements Gadgeteer, dual straight line in my builds, and there's not a lot of those. Not a lot, unfortunately, but still, it's pretty alright. So for builds I've tried like a full barrier build. It's like every time you CC, you get some barrier. Every time you blast or leap through something, you get barrier, and the third time is even more barrier. If you use utility goggles, you get barrier. If you use your heal, you get barrier. If you do damage, 15% of that damage becomes barrier. If you dodge, you get barrier. It was a full-on barrier build. I tried with explosives for the dodge on his barrier thing. Dodge gets you explosive entrance, and explosive entrance gets you a barrier. And I tried without it. And I tried alchemy then instead, where that if you blast or leap through enough stuff, you get barrier. Both of these, no, especially if I was just like alchemy and tools only, I just like damage. At least against decent players, I would say. But I would just like damage, like tremendously, it seems. And I don't even know how, because I would play the exact same build, exact same stats, maybe even more power and crit damage than usual, right? And somehow I would, without explosive, you would just do so much less damage. It was kind of weird. So, and then once I tried it with explosive entrance, it was a bit better, but still, I think it was like too much barrier to the point that that you kind of like damage in one way or another. And then the other build I tried, and I've been trying more recently now, and I kind of like, by the way, is a full resistance spam build. It's pretty interesting. So it's, again, utility goggles, which gives resistance. You get resistance on dodge from the invention trait. You get resistance now with the new grand entrance that replaced Flashbang, the old one Flashbang. And then you get it from one other source, but I don't remember. Yeah, you get a lot of resistance. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like not being I like not being affected by cripple, chill, immobilize, fear, you know, all those things. That's pretty interesting. You know, it's pretty good. I like it. And not blind either. So I'm like, I guess you could say like, we don't get our blinds anymore. Well, fuck your blinds too. Guess that was my mentality maybe when I made it. It's like just full resist. It's kind of decent too, not gonna lie. But I'll have to definitely test it more because I haven't really been able to roll much on it yet. I've been mostly dueling. Almost every clip you see here is duels. It's almost the end of the video too, so I'm gonna have to kind of wrap this up. But all in all, I would say flamethrower, not worth to take, but it can be more fun. You know, if you want to go for the fun playstyle, flamethrower can be alright. You just need a good build for it again. But Nace is just kind of better. Bomb kit has always been shit and will always be shit, no matter how much they rework it, I think. Yeah, what else, man? E-gun feels unchanged, pretty much. Does no damage. Yeah, that's kind of it. I would like to see more builds that implement Gadgeteer with slick shoes and utility goggles, just because I like the combination of the two. Elixirs C is really good now too, because you know you can have all the boons in the game, all of them, right? And then you use Elixirs C and it heals you instantly without a cast time. It heals you for like 4,000 to 5,000 HP. It's really good. If you mix that like with Elixir B or something, you know, you get a shit ton of healing from it, while, you know, converting all condies on you to boons. It's really nice. Elixir R got a stun break now. It's also pretty good, but only for PvP, I would say. So you can like res people with it, and then maybe you can combine it with Scrapper and self-res, so that's 3 reses at the same time on one guy, just like insta-res. It'd be pretty good. I've also tried some Holo in PvP. I'm not a PvP player, but I kind of felt like playing it a little bit, because I need that PvP amulet for the leggy quality of life. But it's alright. It seems like it's gonna... Holo seems to be rising a little bit in meta with the new changes. But honestly, for a Scrapper, Engi, Wolf's World roaming, I don't think much has changed. Just Flashbang, Slick Shoes, and yeah, utility goggles, Gadgeteer, blah 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 has been the most prominent and coolest changes, I think, and the highlight of this patch for me. And that's kind of it. That's all I can really say. Everything else is just meh, whatever. Alright, so I'll leave you guys here, and I'll see if I can stream sometime this weekend. See you guys, bye.